Monday, Monday. It's the only words I know. Monday, Monday. Happy time. It is 6:14 a.m. Monday morning, 5:13 Alamo time. But I'm still going by mountain time because when I get down to Lake Havasu City, I'm going to be back on mountain time anyway. Which is kind of weird considering that how close it is to California. But I don't make the time zones. I just report them. That you probably hear that heater in the background. It's like the first motel I stayed at. The thing comes on and kicks back off. It comes on and kicks back off. Anyway, it is Monday morning. Currently 41 degrees, which 90% of the time that was the high up at the other campground up there, Huntington. It is, well, now it's saying 57. Before it was saying 64. 57 is not bad though. I mean, you don't really feel a lot of difference between 57 and 60. Oh, this weather report keeps changing. So anyway, supposed to be 57 and 30 tonight, 48 only tomorrow, and then 30 at night. And then the next day, Wednesday, is supposed to be 55, low 28. Now that's completely changed from last night when I was looking at this because there was nothing under like 37 before. Thursday, 55 and 37. The reason I'm looking at this is because it cost me twice as much for gas than I anticipated. Because before the Explorer was only getting 17 miles to the gallon to begin with, and I figured with a full load that it would probably get 14, 15. But the thing I didn't anticipate was all the crosswinds and headwinds that I was going to face coming through the desert and the mountains and everything. So it sucked up twice as much gas as I anticipated. That being the case, I don't have enough gas to get to Lake Havasu until after payday. But I found out, doing a little looking, there is a campground. It's called Upper Lake Campground. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm trying to include some pictures here. I'll have to remember to put those in here. But it looks like a beautiful area right on the lake. Has actual campsites, has bathrooms, so I still wouldn't have to use my porta potty, which is awesome. But it's just beautiful. Now it's going to get a little cold at night. I didn't fill up my propane tanks at all before I left. I was going to fill them up, but it's like I was so short of money that it's like, nah, I'll get down to Lake Havasu. It's only going to be like 50 at night. Don't need them. But since I can't make it there, I'm going to have to see if there's a place. This is like a spot in the road. It's got like a Sinclair station, and that's it. So I don't know if they fill propane tanks. I know there was one place back up I think it was in Caliente, Nevada, that I saw that they had a propane thing, and guy there filling up propane tanks. But I can then drive clear back there. That's a long way, and it's a lot of mountain roads. So it'd take me forever to get there and back. So I'll just tough it out for a couple of nights, 3 nights. And then Friday, I'll head down to Lake Havasu. So it might be worth it because the campground just looks absolutely beautiful right on the lake. And yeah, that'll be nice. And trying to think, I just now having coffee, so I went back to the office to get some stuff, and of course, by my watch, Mountain Time. I didn't think about. I didn't realize that this was Pacific Time here, and so I'm in there. It's like about 5:30, and I was like, "Wasn't there supposed to be some Danish rolls or something?" And he goes, "Yeah, we generally don't put those up till 5." And I'm thinking, "Dude, it's right, it's like 20 to 6." I'm not realizing that I'm an hour ahead. I didn't know that this was Pacific. I wouldn't think this was Pacific time here. That's really weird because it's so far inland. I just wouldn't even dawn on me that it's Pacific time. But anyway, so that's issue number one. And I would really like to make it down there because I've got mail. I had mail forwarded. They're going to start charging me storage as of tomorrow. So I don't know if I call them and say, "Hey, can you hold off because I don't have the money to get down there until Friday." Blah blah blah. I don't know. I guess if I have to pay storage, I pay storage. I don't know. It's irritating. So, um, I think I apologize. I slept really good. This had to be the most comfortable bed that I have slept on ever. I mean, just the way the sheets and the stuff that they have on there. It's like I got into bed and it was like, oh, I'm on a cloud. It was so, and it was kind of like the night before. My legs were kicking and I had a really hard time getting to sleep. But once I did, I slept all night, didn't wake up. So that's 2 nights in a row. But because I was tired. It was over an 8-hour drive yesterday. Google said it was 6, which I said in a previous video, but Google's full of crap. There ain't no way because I didn't stop. I stopped long enough to get gas, take a whiz, and that was it. So anyway, that's the long drive is out of the way. Oh, I'm tired, but I feel stop her, stop it, come here. Don't you do that? No, no, lay down, lay down, lay down, Copper, lay down, down, down. You stay there and you be good. You don't be barking. Something startled him. I don't know what because I didn't hear anything. I think it might be somebody running water in the next room. Because I didn't hear anybody in the hallway. I didn't hear anything. Something. He was laying over by the door because cooler air coming in there. I guess I don't know. Yeah, you be good. Yeah, you be good. You be good. So, oh, I know what the other thing was. I was going to say. I think what I went going to try to do. I apologize. I've got so much junk this morning. It's like this is the only place I don't know if it's because of all the trees and stuff like that, but I have not had to blow my nose. Sorry to be gross, but I haven't had not. Yeah, I haven't had to blow my nose the whole trip. And this morning, that's all I have been doing. I mean, it's just been just plugged up, plugged up, plugged up. So I don't know what it is that is getting to me, but something was plugging me up here. So I woke up with my nose fully plugged. It was like so, kind of like back home. Back home, almost every morning I woke up. And one of the first things I had to do is go blow my nose because I was all plugged up. So, but what one of as I was saying, I don't know if it's possible or not because there's so many vacationers that are in Lake Havasu. But I'm going to try to rent a very, very small storage unit there in Lake Havasu City. I really hope I can be praying about that for me because I am really getting tired of having to unload everything, go through it, find what I need, and then have to load everything back up. That just gets way too taxing. Way too taxing. So what I would really like to do is rent a storage unit, put most of my stuff in there, and just keep out the stuff that I am going to use for my camping, for that time period. And if I need something that I don't have, I can run back to the storage unit and get it. I've already got a padlock that I bought for the one I was going to rent in Payette and didn't end up renting. But I think that would be a really good investment here because that would save me so much effort. That way, I'd have everything that I need right there in one deal, and then have my tent and some clothes, whatever that I'm going to have for that 2 week period that I'm going to be camping in the one spot, and then I think that would just be so much easier because I wouldn't have to rent a very big one. I'd rent the smallest because if I can fit the stuff in my Explorer, I can definitely fit it. The small storage can fit. So be praying about that for me because that would save me so much. Because that's what took me all day is the stuff I had to take stuff out so I could load the tent. And then once I loaded the tent, because I had to take everything out so I could place it back in there, to where everything would fit. So I had to take everything out, everything, in order to do that. Because I've got stuff at every nook and cranny of that thing. And it's just, I mean, I open the doors and crap's falling out of it and stuff. It's just, it's just way too much trouble. And so, if I can rent a unit, have the stuff in there like that, that would just really copper. No, it's just somebody that across the hall opening their door. Copper. No, no, it's okay. It's okay. Not ignore them. There's going to be sound. He, he, even at the last one of Twin Falls, he would be sitting there going, but he never barked except for that time that I made him bark. Yeah, you don't be barking, waking people up. Mhm. Yeah, people getting up early, just like just about everybody I've seen was up when I was up, which is really unusual because usually that doesn't happen. Copper, just ignore it. Ignore it. It's fine. No, you quit being a turd. No, matter. Well, his little ears are back, and he's got this intense look in his eyes. Copper, just forget it. Forget it. It's okay. He has been. He actually traveled pretty well yesterday. I'll have to say for how long he had to be in there. It was over an 8-hour drive, so he's not used to traveling. He's getting used to it though, real quick. But yeah, I think get the storage unit, and then I think also depending on how much hotels or motels are there, like Havasu, I think the easy thing to do because by the time when I leave a campsite, because I have to move every 14 days, so by the time I leave a campsite, it takes a long time because that tent something to deal with. I love it. I love the tent, but man, I tell you. But by the time I leave a campsite, it's it takes a while to get everything loaded back up and all that, even if it's just minimal. But I think at the end of 14 days, get a motel room for the night. That way, I can plug my batteries or my solar generators, and because they charge up nothing flat on DC or whatever it is, direct plug-in. Tell I'm not an electrician. That's for sure. I'm not a handyman, but that way I could do that and get that all charged up, get everything charged up, and just sleep in a bed for the night. It'd be nice to do that like once every 2 weeks, or even even if I did it once a month. I could only afford to do it once a month, but I like to do it because that would be tough trying to change, get everything unloaded, get it loaded up. It won't be as big of a deal if I can get a storage unit, but still, it takes some time. So by the time I get everything loaded up, and then go find another spot to camp, unload everything again, get it set up, makes for a very long day. Now, if I have to do that, I have to do that. But if I can set some money aside, where I can get a cheap place to stay, for a night, and then go set up somewhere else the next day, I think that would, it would be a lot easier on my body. I'd have a day to rest up. You got to remember, I'm almost 70 years old. I'll be 67 in August with a ton of medical problems and physical ailments. So yeah, it's like my hands, like right in here, is so sore today from that long drive, and my fingers ache because you're not just driving the whole time. I am just like having to you know go back and forth because the winds. You go along, all of a sudden a big gust of wind will try to blow you this way. Then you go along and a gust of wind will try to blow you the other way. So I'm having to constantly adjust and fight not the whole trip, but probably I would say out of the whole trip there was maybe hour and a half where I was like going through canyons or whatever, and so I wasn't having to fight the wind. But the whole rest of the time, I'm just like constantly, man, and it takes a toll on you. Like so, my hands are just sore as crap. So that's another reason that it'd be nice just to stay at that campground. The campground is, uh, according again, excuse me, I can't help it, people. I'm just choked up. But according to Google Maps, it's from here, it's 7 minutes to the campground. 3.5 miles. By the time you drive in and get to the actual campground itself, it says it's 7 minutes. So 7 minute drive compared to a 4 hour drive today, and the fact that it's an absolutely beautiful area, I think would be would be good. I would, you know, and like I say, it's free and it has bathrooms. When I get down to Lake Havasu City, there ain't no place unless you stay at the state park, which is very stingy, and probably not going to be a spot because this time of year is the big tourist season down there because you've got all the snowbirds, coming down here and Quartzsite. Quartzsite's the big area, which I'm avoiding like the plague. I do not want to be there with thousands of other people. I'd rather find a place out in the middle of nowhere because there's a lot of nice free camp, not necessarily campgrounds, but at least camping areas where you can just go set up. And there's one that I want to go to first when I get over by Lake Havasu. It's only actually on the California side, called Snaggletooth something. But from all the reviews that I've read, it's beautiful and very, very nice. Just really nice area, quiet. I would prefer to find sites with cell signal, but I need to get to Lake Havasu fairly soon because I need to go pick up my mail and stuff. I don't know how much they charge for storage, but I'll have to give them a call today and say, hey, look, I have no way to get there until Friday. Can you give me a couple of days leeway? And then what was the other thing? Oh, I got to check in at Planet Fitness because I've had my membership there for like 3 months now that I've been paying dues and $25 a month, and I haven't even used it. So, but I can go there, and work out and take a shower, So that'll be nice. So, I mean, I think what I'm going to do is Lake Havasu is going to be my base, and then when I go up to my property, I'll just go back and forth between Lake Havasu City and my property. I'll probably go explore some other areas too, but I don't want to be spending a bunch of money for gas. So just running back and forth from my campsite to town to pick up my mail and go to the Planet Fitness and everything, that'll consume enough. But yeah, so anyway, I have a 7 minute drive today. I do have to run back into town because if you want to call it a town, it's a spot. Alamo is like a spot in the road. I have to go there and put a little bit of gas in. I don't have a whole lot. I think I have like $60 left, and that's for everything. I've got to get water. We don't have water, and they don't have water at the campground. So there's a lake, but there's no actual drinking water. I guess I could always boil it, but I don't really want to do that. But and I do have those life straws, but I don't want to use those either unless it's an emergency. So anyway, here I go again. Anyway. It didn't take much to entertain me, especially this time of morning. Oh, this coffee's hitting the spot. Yeah, this place was okay. It's say it's nothing fancy. It wasn't like staying at Quality Inn, but of course they didn't charge me $50 for copper either. So they did charge me 25 though. But that's usually some places are 10, some places are 20. This place charged 25. You're expensive. You know that. But to be honest with you, I think Copper will be very, very glad to be back out camping again. He likes that a lot better than being cooped up in a hotel or motel. He doesn't like this. He doesn't like being cooped up in here. He always wants to go OUT. He'll act like he really has to go bathroom bad. We should be just like, oh, I'll take him out, and all he wants to do is go out there and sniff everything. Well, he's a dog, but still, it's like, out there walking around, waiting for him to do something. And then he gets done sniffing things, and then he starts heading back, you know, heading back in here. Same thing in the other places we were wanting to head back to the room. It's like, well, you acting like you had to go so bad. Why didn't you go? Well, that can be extremely annoying. Whereas at the campground, you know, he's out there, he can poop to his heart's content. Oh, yeah, honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to getting back out camping. Rather than dealing with hotel. It's been nice though. I have to say, it's been really nice. Last night, like I said, that bed was so comfortable. I wish I could take it with me. So that's the plan for the day. It's called Upper Lake Campground, Alamo, Nevada. There's another place down there too. It's I can hear it, Paranagua or something like that. Or Parrot Squat Wildlife Refuge area. I guess there was dispersed camping out there too. But when I saw that the Upper Lake Campground was free, looked at the pictures of it, was like, oh, it's beautiful. When I saw that it was free and it had bathrooms, yep, big time. All right, so I, oh man, I choked up. I am going to take a shower. I'm going to take a shower and I hope they have soft water because that yesterday, all in taking a shower with that soft water. I hadn't done that for years. There wasn't soft water at the house. They never put in a soft water tank. I would if I had a place. I'd really be tempted to put in a soft water tank, like we did at our house. Man, our house in Montana. Anyway, it's getting harder and harder to talk. I am just so choked up, so I'm going to shut up for now. And I'll be taking a lot of footage when we get to the campground. I'm not gonna, and this has got to be the fastest Wi-Fi I've ever used. Unbelievable. I went to upload that video last night, and holy crap, it was like, it was done. I'm like, oh, I wish my hotspot was that fast. So I'm assuming that they have cell service at that campground. I hope they do. Since it's only 7 miles from here, because I don't even look and see. I know I've been texting people, so I know I got. I actually only had two bars here. I had more bars up at the campground in Huntington. Yeah, right now I've got two bars. So yeah, I, so I hope I can upload something from the campground. If not, I may not be able to upload it till I get to Lake Havasu City. And from what I understand, most of the camping areas there outside of Lake Havasu City, very few of them have cell service. So, but I can run into Planet Fitness, use their Wi-Fi, and upload stuff. So That'll be nice. So you may not see me upload a video once I get, camping. I may not upload a video until Friday after this one. So don't be alarmed if you don't hear from me, or if those of you who text with me don't hear from me. That's because I have no cell signal. So anyway, again. Anyway, I will talk to y'all later.
Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Camping with Copper. Hey, that's me. Haha.